video. Um, as the title suggests, we're going to be talking about Xanathars' Guide to Everything, and also we're going to be focusing more on the section known as This Is Your Life. Now, let's see if I can get this to partially... Alright, we're using this screen. We're just going to try and minimize this as best as possible. Okay, we're clearly actually using this smaller one. Oh, there we go. We're just going to shrink that down a little bit. And we're going to open up LibreOffice. Let's see how this looks. Yes, there we go. Now, I have a character playing in a new game. So, the game, the session 0 for the game, I believe, is tonight. So, what I need to do is create some sort of backstory for him. And I've decided I'm going to use LibreOffice to help. Okay, the game is set in the world of Ruby. So already it's extremely interesting what the DM is setting up. Let's change this back down to 8. There we go. We don't use up too much space on the page. Now, the section of This Is Your Life in Xanathars is absolutely amazing. You are able to roll pretty much everything for your character. Now, my character being where the campaign is starting off with us being in the school. So that puts my character at around the age of 16. So, let's get my dice. There we go. Let's take out my dice out of the cup. I need, first off, a D100. Do I know my parents? So here we go. We're going to get my D100 here. I rolled a 99. That means I don't know who my parents were. Interesting. Do not know who my parents are. That's very interesting there. Okay, my birthplace. 79. Now, as you can see, let's actually show you. As you can see, I'm rolling on some tables here. Just going to move this around slowly because I can't tell how much you're seeing. But basically, you can roll for your parents. There's even a table for, if you're not a human, you can roll for your birthplace. I got a 79, which means I was born on an alley or street. Alley or street. We're going to now roll to see if do I have any siblings. I need a D10. Oh wait, I have a D10 in my hand. What am I doing? I rolled a 6. So I have 1D4 plus 1. 3. So I have 4 siblings. There we go. 4 siblings. And the birth order, I need now 2D6s. There we go. I get my 2D6. Let's see what I get here. 4. So let's see. The first sibling is I roll a 5. Older than me. Older. Yeah, older sibling. We'll also roll a D4 to determine gender. 1, 2, male, 3, 4, female. So we'll just do that run right now for him. Male. There we go. Alright. female, straight off the bat, and a 7, so older again. That third one, well, I rolled an 8, which means younger. Where the hell did my D4 go? Ah! This is why I prefer using my dice cup often enough. It's because I can avoid... Oh, it's all the way at the other end of the bottom back of the table. Give me a sec, folks. Yo, army crawl. Ugh. There we go. Watch the head. Ah. We'll roll that again. Ah, it's a sister. It's a younger sister. Younger sister. Okay. Last one. Dice cup. Eight again, and another sister, so younger sister. Okay. Alright. Now, who raised us? That is another D100. Two. Institutions such as an asylum. For this Ruby game, that's not really going to work. So I'm going to reroll that. Okay, 58. Okay. That it says single mother or stepmother. Now, again, the big issue is we don't know our parents. So, I actually know that's more specific. My character does not know our parents. So, let's see here. I'm actually just going to put down as the family, as the older brother or sister. Let's see. The older sister. Raised by older sister. Okay, our lifestyle is a 3d6. Five, 4, 2, so 11. Modest. Okay. And our childhood home, once again we're back to a D100 with the slight modification based on our lifestyle, which is modest is a +0. So whatever I roll is the result, and it's an 87. So we lived in a large house. Lived in large house. Okay. And 3d6 for childhood memories. It's based on my charisma modifier. Okay, I need to open up roll 20. No, my character had a +3, I believe, actually, to my thing. No. Highest stat is 15, I believe, so a +2. So I roll a 14 +2, 16. I've always found it easy to make friends, and I am loved by and I loved being around people. Okay, so very social. Easy to make friends, and I There we go. Next is background. Okay. Giving the situation of my character's background. Let's see here. See, backgrounds don't work too much in this setting. But okay, so we're going to ignore that section. Because there's a personal decision section in terms of the backgrounds and your class. And each has a d6. So like if you're an acolyte, you can roll on the acolyte table of why you are an acolyte. And then there's also one for the class. For example, I'm currently playing a sorcerer. Now we're using for magic users, your magic is your semblance. So let's see, if I was to roll a d6, let's see here, boom, 4. What comes up on I became a sorcerer because when a monster threatened one of my friends, I became filled with anxiety. I lashed out instinctively and blasted the wretched thing with a force that came from within me. So yeah, there you go. So as you can see there, like you have all these different things. Now the section I'm going to be focusing on is life events. My character is 20 years or younger. Therefore that means, now you could actually use this to roll for your character's age. You roll a d100. If you get 1 to 20, you're 20 years or younger. 29 to 59 is 21 to 30. 60 to 69 is 31 to 40, 70 to 89, 41 to 50, and 90 to 99 is 51 to 60, and if you roll a 100, you're 61 years or older. And then that might have, depending on what age your general age your character is, will also depend on how many life events could have happened throughout your life. For example, I'm 20 years or younger, so I'm 20 years, so that means only one life event could have happened to me, so I would roll on the D100, which I'll do right now. Boom, I got 99. You encountered something magical. Roll on the Arcane Matters table. Now, the highest amount of life events you could have gotten is 1d12. So the highest amount is 12. Let's see here. Supplement tables, occupation, classes. Arcane Matters, here we go. It's a d10. So a single die. Oh, the one I'm here, 9. You saw a creature being conjured by magic. Now, sadly, that does not that can work semi in the Ruby event game, so I'm gonna put that down as a maybe and let my DM decide in that situation. Saw a creature conjured from magic or dust or aura in this case. Alright, because yeah, we're replacing all magic with dust. So here's another one. This picture I'm actually broadcasting. Yeah, I am. There you go. Alright, we're going to try to roll again. I want to have multiple options so that to see what my DM will be okay with. Okay, 52. You spent time working in a job related to your background. Start the game with 2d6 extra GP. Okay, right. With that, I should pick a background. I'm gonna pick criminal, like my character, like to try and make ends meet, like to help with the family. My character stole. He got involved in a gang, let's say. So worked as a thief or gang member. Now my character's a faunus. He's an alligator faunus. Sadly, the DM, it's set before the events of the show, so the white fang are not exactly a thing. But yeah, that's the bullet points as you can see on my screen. Now what you're supposed to know, there are more things I could have rolled for. So let's touch a bit more on that before I actually put all that together to make it back a story. But basically, as I said, you can roll to see if you knew your parents. There's a table for half-elf parents, half-orc, and tiefling parents. The tiefling parents is actually very interesting because both parents were humans. Their infernal heritage dormant until you came along. You roll a d8, by the way, for this, and that's 1 to 4. 5 to 6, one parent was a tiefling, the other was a human. 7, one parent was a tiefling, the other was a devil. 8, one parent was a human, and the other was a devil. So yeah, that's very interesting straight off the bat. And then for a birthplace, you have your home. You have a home of a family friend. You have a home of a healer or midwife. Carriage, cart, or wagon. Barn, shed, or other outbuilding. A cave, field, forest, temple, battlefield, alley, street, brothel, tavern or inn, castle, keep, tower, or palace. I can continue to go on, but let's get to some more interesting ones, which are the least likely. These are the ones that are in 92 up. 92 to 93. In a prison or in the headquarters of a secret organization. 94 to 95 in a sage's laboratory. In the Feywild, in the Shadowfell, on the astral plane or the ethereal plane. On an inner plane of your choice. On an outer plane of your choice. And then there's the sibling. Now, when you roll your siblings, I suggest for you to also roll for their occupation, their alignment, their status, their relationship, and other details. So I'll probably do that at some point. Then you roll for the number of siblings. Let's keep the camera focused on me. Then you'll roll, as I said, birth order. Now, it is possible to get twin, triplet, or quadruplets, depending on how often you roll double ones on your 2d6. Has happened to me once. Family, you can be raised from pretty much anything. As we saw, I got an institution such as an asylum, which didn't fit. There's temple, orphanage, guardian, parental or maternal aunt, uncle or both. Or extended family, such as a tribe or clan. There's parental or maternal godparents, adoptive family, same or different race. Single father or stepfather, single mother or stepmother. And then last but not least is mother and father. And if you have an absent parent, which my character has both, you can roll the fate of your parents. It's a 1d4. Your parent can die, and you can roll the cause of death. Your parent was imprisoned, enslaved, or otherwise taken away. Your parent abandoned you, or your parent has disappeared to an unknown fate. So straight away, you can have a wretched lifestyle all the way to an aristocrat type of lifestyle. I only got modest, and again that's formulating a backstory in my head right now, which I'll go over in a bit. You can grow up either on the streets or in a palace or castle. And your childhood memories can be, positive or negative based on your charisma modifier. If you have a 3 or lower, the result is I am still haunted by my childhood when I was treated badly by my peers. So you had a very bad childhood. And then if you roll an 18 or higher, now I only got to 16, but if you rolled an 18 or higher, everyone knew who I was, and I had friends everywhere I went. And then there's, as I said, the backgrounds. I'm going to go with criminal, because it suits the idea that I'm getting in my head. So I'm actually going to roll a d6, see what comes up. A 2. Necessity forced me to take up the life, since it was the only way I could survive. So yeah, there you go. I can do something like that. I can make use of that. There's also stuff for classes. As I said earlier, I gave you an example. Now the book actually has multiple examples. It has actually a story of a woman going through the section. Talk about, hold on. If I go back, you see her origin. There you go. A young street urchin pilfers a pouch and, to her surprise, becomes a new owner of a spellbook. So we're getting told the story of a wizard. Years later, while serving on a ship's crew, she calls on a bit of her magic to help rig a mass. Though she survived the sinking of her ship, she lost all her worldly goods except for her spellbook. Next. Today, her humble origins far behind her, she has become a wizard of great renown with a flair for the high seas. And again, that is sort of like an example of sort of like the type of background you can get by rolling off all these charts. So that's why I like using this book. So let's look at the more to events. Now there can be adventure. Now some of them are very simple. They don't require to roll an extra table. But some of them do. There's an adventures table in case your character went on an adventure. There's arcane matters, which can come with some benefits. You drank a potion of the DM's choice. You found a spell scroll of the DM's choice and succeeded in casting the spell it contained. You turned invisible for a time. You identified an illusion for what it was. Again, they keep them very vague enough so that you and your DM can work on it. There's a boon table, so like these are all obviously benefits that you start the game with. So some of them are really good in that sense. For example, you can get if you're rolling a boon, you can get a spell scroll containing a cantrip. You can get a life death from someone. You found a riding horse, so you can even start the game with a riding horse. You found some money. You have 1d20 in addition to your regular starting funds. A relative requested you a simple weapon of your choice. You found something interesting. You gain one additional trinket. So that's something that I'm going to cover later on in one of my videos, is the fact that I discovered recently that you can get a free trinket despite it not being on your character sheet. Sorry, in your class, or background. But yeah, here's the highest result, number 10. A distant relative left you a stipend that enables you to live a comfortable lifestyle for 1d20 years. If you choose to live a higher lifestyle, you reduce the price of the lifestyle by 2 GP during that time period. So that's really good. Then there's crime. Like if your character's been committed of a crime or he committed a crime, it goes from murder to counterfeiting. Murder is number 1. So generally the way these tables go is if it's good, the better it is, the higher the number. But if it's bad, it's generally the lower number. There's punishment for what you did. There's supernatural events, which is really cool. Like you saw a portal that you believe leads to another plane of existence. There's a tragedies table. There's a war table. There's weird stuff. And then there's the supplemental tables. Now the supplemental tables are meant for when you're creating NPCs that are in your background. For example, I'm supposed to roll the alignment, occupation, relationship, and status of my siblings. And for my parents, depending on what I roll for that, I could roll potentially on the cause of death. If you ran into an adventurer NPC, you will actually even get a chance to roll his class, which I sometimes use to determine what class I should play at some point. It's a really cool system, so like if you're not sure what class you should play, you could literally just roll on this. Is all the numbers evenly spread out? It doesn't look like it. Hold on, that doesn't seem right. 95 to 100, so 5 results get you a wizard, then 4 results get you a warlock, 4 results get you sorcerer, over 10 get you rogue. Wow. Fire has the largest percentage of coming as an outcome. 37 to 52 on a D100 get you a fire. But I suppose fighters are more common, whereas the magic users are not as common. Interesting. A barbarian, there's a 6 chance. There's 6 chances for you to become a barbarian. I believe that's about 6%. But yeah, it's a really good table. Since I'm not on my computer, I wish if I was at my computer instead of my laptop, I would actually bring up the PDF and show you guys in detail the table. But okay, let's see what we have here. Shade, which is the name of my character, was named because of the scales that he was born with. I do not know who my parents are. I have 4 siblings. I was born on an alley or a street, most likely a street. I have 2 older siblings and 2 younger siblings. My 2 younger siblings are my sisters. I'll roll their names later. I was raised by my older sister, and we lived in a large house. Now I'm thinking she married into it. As I said, I have a few ideas that are formulating as I was. Again, this is the best part, is once you get all these bullet points done, it's connecting the dots, you know. Like right now, I'm picturing that I haven't done the table for rolling the fate of my parents. I'm gonna actually leave that up to my DM, so I'm not gonna bother with the parents situation. Like at the moment, I'm thinking like we were raised on the streets. I was pretty much a criminal, helping my sister, you know, raise the younger children. Like eventually, she married. Into a rich enough family to that got us off the streets and into a large house. I still you know, pickpocketed or thieved or whatever, especially from those that mistreated foreigners. Eventually, to get me off the streets, my sister decided to, you know, basically ask her husband or family of her husband to help send me to a huntsman or huntress. So yeah, huntsman huntress school. So to basically get me off the street, and then I was sent off. But yeah, but regardless, I always been very social, and yeah, everything else there seems pretty much fit into what my backstory is. So I just have to type all that up and then send it off to my DM. So yeah, folks, that is Xanathars' Guide to Everything. This is your life. Now, I'm going to do a more detailed one. I just wanted to show off what it could be like rolling, and then what it could be like, you know, connecting the bullet points that I got. Now, I know I forged the roll on the parents section and where I was born, just because it did not really make sense. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Actually, I think that's all I forged was the actual who raised me. And I decided instead of to go based on my sibling rather than anything that was on the table. But yeah, I now have to type all that up and then send it to my DM. Hopefully, my DM would find it fun to to figure out what happened to my parents. Like maybe that's my character's goal. Like maybe my character decided like after he got into one of the bigger academies for huntsmen and huntresses, he's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to use this career to help me travel the world, and who knows, maybe find out what happened to my parents. So, again, as I said, like this table has led me to creating a really good character. Let me just rescale this back. Fit to screen, is it? Nope. No, that's not what I want to use. There we go. Transform. I think it's stretch to screen. That didn't do anything. Let's try this one. So, the reason why I have so many video capture device things is because there is a weird bug that often happens there we go, where the camera doesn't actually activate. So I have to have multiple ones. Chances are one of them works generally. So I generally go through all of them. But anyway, so yeah, that's my backstory for my character Shade. As I said, I'm going to spend some time watching Ruby. Get excited for the game that's going to start next week. But either way, at least I have the backstory. My DM wants it by Wednesday. That's plenty of time now that I have all the like bullet point things done. There's actually another character I need to write a backstory for, and that is one in a private game that I'm playing with some friends. So, yeah. I'll probably get working on that as well. Anyway, folks, if you have this book, I strongly recommend you actually make, like, I know it may not be as fun using, like, you know, rolling for your backstory and all that, but it is really fun. Like, you can create really interesting backstories. Where one of my friends actually used it, and he actually somehow rolled a very Batman, Nightwing-ish type of backstory, and he was like, "This is absolutely brilliant." So he rolled with it, like, and his character basically was a vigilante. He's playing a rogue swashbuckler. He actually made use of 2 short swords. Like, you know, I offered to make him, you know, sticks. They're electrified, sort of like Nightwing's weapons. But yeah, but the thing is, he rolled that, like, from this book, and so it was absolutely amazing. He just had to, you know, figure out the wording of it. So yeah. Hopefully in the coming months, though, I will get my hands on the Waterdeep book, and I will talk about Waterdeep in detail. Not the quests, but the actual city of Waterdeep. But yeah, things are just going to be really good, and I honestly cannot wait. And I'm glad to be back now on a regular schedule for these videos. I have hiccups now. Anyway, this is Wilful Ninja signing out. May the Force be with you, and remember, roll for initiative.